Okay. So the buildings in Los Angeles and Massachusetts and other places are mine. The phenomenon is dead with a sulfur acid 221. I know you don't believe it. It's stupid times, but corporations are there, and I grew with them in the basements around the world where the plant has. So when the leader of the flyers and runners died with sulfur acid on the coastlines 221, stupid times, that intelligence was the saddest on the planet, so they brought her back as a dead baby. Disneyland. Denied it in the US because you're fuck-ups. So in Western Europe, they called celeb. The buildings were empty, mostly in the US, but also abroad. And they said, let's have hands and war each other places. Now, the bands are from Russia, Saudi, and Turk. The directorates, the ones, Austria, Tishua, USA, born in pioneer camps. Now, when I said beyond the library, this is what I meant, you fuck. This is the flyings and the runnings. Watch. So, I'm going to make this as clear. This is the library right here. The roof, okay? The hills go there, behind the library. They're behind the library. And then eventually they hit the library on the head, okay? They're on this side. Like, they go up the library. So those are the hills. That's the head, is it? It hit the head. But they all actually go up, you see, behind the library. So that's the behind. Then there is beyond. So this is the hills. This is beyond, and then there's the ground. And then there's another mountain. Right there. The regular mountain. In other words, I'm going back to Disneyland around the capital cities with the images. The original Jamila is dead with sulfur acid on the coastlines 221. That's all news on the news. The nail, particular Concord. The phenomenal shit in space science is empty, thanks to sulfur acid and your fucking PhDs and titties. And the beautiful buildings are empty. Now, for cancer, which is New York and Poland and some other Kuala Lumpur, you keep your void. But Alex Evans from the Club of Rome at the age of 5 used to say that to me, Tamsin Morrison, Benjamin Ofori. They're the pink ones. But I'm on grey, South Korea. I'm in grey in Asia. The car is grey, with all white and black, with Martin Snowden. Cancer is pink. That's all news on the news for the sciences. You stupid, retarded, jealous Americans. This gossip didn't start by me after sulfur acid with a social security number 221. And the blessings, Opus Dei and others, come from abroad. There's nothing to bless after sulfur acid that is American. Not for me. Not with that void. And you deserve a bomb for that, just alone. The share of 221 Delft, Lowlands, Holland, happened. Then you sulfur acided her head. And then you gave yourself a pat on the back and you said, who gives a shit? You're still paying for that shit. And the CIA had to fall with her because they just had to. When I'm speaking about beyond the flies, above the hills, not holes that then later became holes. You can see it coming from China, you cheap ass holes. To put her Disney version after sulfur acid and still hate her, denying who she was in the US. The only country of 80 countries connected dots were whites to globals, some cheap ass states. The only country to deny my existence, even with that social security number 221 and all those blessings. Delft. Di nome di fatto. No wonder those guys fell with me. They must have seen the Holy Grail on the coastlines before sulfur acid of the original Jamila. I only have the eyebrows of that girl. I told you that the Dar es Salaam neighborhoods on my little crawlies knew about a girl who did those phenomenal things and came back as Ubermensch, blues and pink. They're not James Bonds. My relics are not James Bonds. Not after sulfur acid. Those are the freak schools in the UN. The Germans beating themselves and saying, cause celebrity von Tierhofen. You say it's the Nazis in California. And I'm telling you, it ain't the fucking Nazis in California, you cheap fucks. You retarded, jealous bitches in the US. Of a dead baby. Who's not even herself. 221 asswipe. Disneyland. What about the boys? You ain't gonna know that shit. There's too many. Bacterias. Peter Gunnings. After sulfur acid. Eat your shit. They made a mask out of me, literally. There be a P to your parents, well, sure, sweet P. What I'm telling you is, that's not the parents. What happened on the coastlines stays void. That was the proverbial void. Not the banks, because unfortunately 9/11 they reopened. But ugly. That shit's empty because of sulfur acid. But ugly yourself. Depending on who's saying it. And so that's why intelligence brought back this one after sulfur acid in history around the world. Connected those worldwide to globals. All those flyings and runnings, aboves, and the glories of the baby. The problem is she didn't show it to you. She's showing to you intelligent killers now. Highly intelligent killers, but that's all she is now. She doesn't have pretenses, Jamila, does she? After sulfur acid, buttes. Oh, shut up with your PhDs. What about the parents? Pioneer camps beyond the capital cities? At the age of 5? Pioneer champions? Beyond the capital cities? D1s, Austro TCY, USA Humanitarian Relief Services? Directorates? Jobs? Retirements in prison? Well, that's cool about that many. Flies! 92 and above. Runnings! 85, 85. Man, that's cool. What is this? The girl is little girl is the baby. There are retirements over there, you piece of shit. Fuck you and your science. I'm a bomb prisoner. Oh, you want to spurs bomb prisoner. Why'd you do it? Have the cats, the dogs, the birds, and the insects going around. So you speak about the zoo around the world for me. Fuck you. I want to stay enrolled for retirement. This is Cockland for him. What's the losses here? I just faced bomb prisoner. Those bitches with 5X bras, the girlfriends, the actresses, all that shit. Those assholes. Power games. You're sick. Oh, you wonder why I shopping on the coastlines of those guys? That's mine. Rome. The Brits, the Circles, the Italians, get even the Germans. I ain't fucking German, you stupid piece of shit. Are you ass? I got Livornia. That bunch of assholes. They have the Russians, the Saudis, the UN. Oh shit. They brought me back after sulfur acid. I think the joke's on you by now, 221, quite frankly, because I've never seen so much motherfucking plumbers around the capital city. And these are geniuses with PhDs. Oh, another right looking at me saying, you're a phenomenon. So I was the phenomenon. That shit's empty because of you, even that chief shit in Poland. Oh my God, that was old news on the news, blink past, stupid times. And I kept my mouth shut? For what? For your tits and ass. I'm better. What about Lady of the House? What about Lady of the House? What about singing Roll for Retirement, Coke and Phil? Your famous Fresno and your hate and your verbal victory. Fuck you, even verbal victory. That's it.